I've been living in Europe for more than a decade now, first in Prague and now in Brussels. But that first move was one of the hardest, but ultimately most rewarding decisions of my life. And if you clicked on this video, then chances are you share my dream of living in Europe, a place with work-life balance, fresh pasta, and affordable healthcare. Yes, it does exist. Today I'm giving you the ultimate expat checklist, 10 things you need to know and mistakes to avoid before your move to Europe. Let's go. For those new here, hello, I'm Alexandra. In 2015, I moved from the US to Europe with a wide-eyed dream, but without a plan. Over the last 10 years, I've had enough bureaucratic encounters to fill a few lifetimes. Short and long-term visas, getting married here, and finally applying for citizenship, I now know my way around the system. No. Bonjour. Cutie. Now, I make videos that simplify the process of moving to Europe. I hope that here on the channel you can find the information you need to feel empowered to live out your own European dream. I'm really glad you're here. Let's get into today's video. Today's video is divided into 3 categories. First is before you arrive, how to prepare things well. Second is the initial steps and settling into life here. And the third section is dedicated to beginning your new chapter in Europe. First up, what you need to know before you arrive. The reality of getting your visa and residency card. Don't underestimate the amount of paperwork you'll need to acquire. Applying for a visa and residency will feel like a part-time job. I recommend that you start months, not weeks, in advance to get all the documents and translations you need. If you want visa specifics, check out this video here, where I go over the 4 most common types of visas, healthcare requirements, and other paperwork you need to acquire to get your application approved. While this video is specific to Belgium, a lot of the requirements apply to other EU countries as well. One more thing, be persistent. Government offices tend to operate on their own timelines, so follow up proactively and keep copies of everything. I have just left the commune here in Brussels, which is like the town hall. It's been a whole process the past few weeks of collecting all the documents that I need, like birth certificate, blah, 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 boring. And I've been there 3 times and sent back because I didn't have the right something. Next up is adapters and voltage. It sounds simple, but it's often overlooked. Most European outlets use 220 to 240 volts, while American outlets are customarily 120 volts. It would be smart to invest in a few adapters to avoid a frying. Why can't I say it? To avoid frying. To avoid a frying. To avoid a frying your appliances. It would be smart to invest in a few adapters to avoid frying your appliances upon arrival. I have lost many a good hairdryer in that way. R.I.P. Okay, not many, but like 1 or 2. Along those lines, for my fellow Americans watching, it would behoove you to familiarize yourself with the metric system. I know at first glance it can seem a little bit daunting, but I promise it's actually much simpler than the imperial system. Everything goes off of the number 10, so there's no need to memorize anything. In fact, I have a little trick to get you started with temperature. When you see something in Celsius, all you have to do is multiply that number by 2 and then add 32. It's not a perfect system, but it will get you to more or less what the temperature is in Fahrenheit. Haha, you're welcome. And while you're on your studying kick, why not pick up a few phrases in the local language? There's an expression in Portuguese that I think applies here. You learn enough of the local language to não morrer de fome, to not starve. So why not learn how to order a beer, a croissant, or to ask for someone's phone number? You know, the essentials. Stupid. Part 2, setting things up, now that you've arrived on the continent. There's something I refer to as the local registration labyrinth. There's a lot that goes on once you're here. And said labyrinth includes things like getting a tax ID, registering your local address, setting up a bank account, all of which are essential steps but require specific appointments and multiple in-person visits. And I think many expats out there can agree that this is a part while being essential, is also something that is quickly wiped from the memory because it's painful. But I believe in you. You got this. In Belgium, there is something called the domicile. And a domicile is your local address. And this is essential for doing all of the aforementioned things, like setting up a bank account, getting your tax ID, and registering with the national health insurance. But I have made 2 videos here on the channel explaining the Belgian domicile that I will link to in the description box below. And the last point I want to mention on setting things up is unexpected administrative fees. And this can cover everything from local taxes to bank fees. But these small costs add up quick. So I recommend that you factor in a little bit of a safety net into your budget before you arrive. You can call it your just-in-case fund. I know it's boring stuff, y'all, but I'm trying to make it as exciting as possible because this is a very exciting new chapter of your life that you're embarking upon. And the third part of our video today takes us to beginning your new life here. Very exciting stuff. First up is renting versus reality. Rental markets in popular European cities are competitive. Expect high security deposits, generally 2 to 3 months of rent, agent fees, and many trips to the town hall. During my tenure in Europe, I have rented in both Prague and Brussels, though my experiences have varied wildly. In the 6 years I've lived in Brussels, I've rented 3 different apartments and have learned a lot along the way. And to help you, dear viewer, not make the same mistakes that I did, I put together this video. Your complete guide to renting in Brussels. Everything you need to know before you sign your lease. The second point here has to do with navigating the language barrier. Even in English-speaking pockets, social etiquette and communication styles vary greatly. Take Brussels, for example. There are many people here who speak English, but most of them are from different backgrounds. And while this makes life dynamic, it can also lead to funny miscommunications and unintended faux pas. My advice? Stay curious and humble. You'll get your footing eventually. If you're planning to move abroad, much of your life will be turned upside down. Unfamiliar surroundings and unpredictable events will be your new reality. Take it from me. It will be thrilling, for sure, but also slightly overwhelming. And having a routine is the antidote. In the description box below, you can download a free 6-week program filled with daily habits to bring some stability to this exciting new chapter of your life. The ebook spans 6 weeks, featuring challenges that help you grow mentally and physically stronger. And each weekly challenge is also accompanied by a guided yoga class to keep your body flexible and strong. You can pick up your free copy using the link down below. I hope you enjoy. And the last point here has to do with community. Building a new social circle takes effort and patience. My advice is to seek out local clubs, events, and language exchange opportunities. If you're moving to Brussels, I've linked a few Facebook groups down below to get you started on the right foot. The silver lining here I have found is that Europeans have a talent for enjoying life. It seems that they work to live and not the other way around. Paid time off and a generous maternity leave are realities for many people on the continent. So that's something to look forward to. I can't tell you how glad I am not to be filming in the rain. Thank you, Brussels, for cooperating. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you the very best of luck on your move abroad. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure you check out this one next. Ciao for now, everybody. Bisous.